Hey, how's it going? All right, it says I'm live. Can you go on and check? Make sure we're good there. I'm gonna mute this so.
It says you're live.
Okay, let's go check the view, and then go ahead and turn the sound on. Let me say that real quick. Yes, we are live. And then go ahead and turn the sound on. Let me say that real quick. Definitely a delay. We are live. And then go ahead and turn the sound on. Definitely a delay. We are live. And then go ahead and turn the sound on. Hello, everybody. Getting ready to watch. We are live. And then go ahead and turn the sound on. Hello, everybody. Getting ready to watch. We are live. And then go ahead and turn the sound on. That's interesting. Okay. Hello, everybody. Let's mute and see what happens. That's interesting. Okay. All right, I'm back on. Make sure we're working. All right, I'm back. Okay. All right. So I'm definitely not going to mute. We're just going to keep it going. And be careful of our conversations with everybody. Gasper, I'm live. Right? Okay, so for those of us joining online, live streaming, this is Lunch and Learn, based on the book by John Maxwell, Put Your Dream to the Test. I've got 3 copies I'm going to be giving away today. So if you're here at ASTI, then you get a chance to win one of these books. And one of them has my personal highlights and personal notes in it I'm going to be giving away. So did you say that's yours? That's the one I want. Let's see. Or should we mix them up, or will it be the first drawn actually gets it? So if you're here, if you want to win one of the books, or if you'd like to just have a deeper conversation at some point, you can grab a sheet, grab a business card, whatever it takes, and get with us. And then at the end, I'll be doing some drawing to give away 3 of these books. So give your card to Shayna there, or fill out the information. Either way, doesn't matter. As long as we get you entered. That's the key part. Hey, good.
There's some awkward guy in here teaching the class.
Yeah. Some, I don't know. I had a guy earlier. I'm like, so how are you doing today? He goes, I'm amazing. I told you that earlier. I was like, that's pretty cool. I like that. I'm amazing. How you doing?
Good, man. How you?
We're going to talk about that a little bit. I'm well.
He's live.
We're live streaming it.
So
Oh, really?
So don't
Twitter,
say anything too
YouTube,
bad about anybody.
Facebook, LinkedIn.
Oh.
Yeah, we got several places. Yeah, the QR code. The QR code that you see there is my digital business card, and it'll take you to a link that'll get you all our social media channels, a little bit about my office help.
He was asking where Michael.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's all over our socials, so for sure.
I can just click on that.
You can click on that, and that'll take you to our social media channels, and YouTube or Facebook. If he's on either one of those, be able to get it. So. Go for it.
Fine.
This is scanning. Wonder. I wonder which. Okay, are you on Facebook?
I'll just get him to find your.
My Office Help Facebook page. It's live streaming right there now too. If he's on Facebook, that's the easiest place.
YouTube.
YouTube's also My Office Help. Yep.
YouTube.
Yep. Hello, EJ.
This is the one book.
Brian and What's your name? Samantha. Nice, Samantha. Brian. Nice to meet you. Or good to see you again. Yes. And you are? I know we talked earlier. What's your name? What? Andrew. Yeah. Nice to meet you and see you again. I'm not sure what your name is. You're the bearded wonder.
George Dempsey.
That's the interesting part. I really like if it was double-sided. That'd be kind of
These
cool.
things are always flipping.
They are. So I put my QR code on the other side in case it gets flipped around. Yeah. Glad to have you in here. Howdy.
How are you guys?
Good. And yourself?
I'm good. I'm just
Yeah.
checking to see y'all.
Thanks.
I'm Jason.
Hi, I'm Jason.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me grab this. Yeah, I got that going. I hope I don't have to use a mic.
I
But-
just want to at least check it and
Yeah.
see that way. If you do decide to use it, it's got to. They must not use it the last session. So check 1, 2. It's
Good to
got a
go.
full battery. So if you don't need it, no problem. If
Yeah.
you end up needing it, just give it
It's
a second
there.
to hit the receiver and you're good to go.
Appreciate
Have a great
you.
presentation. Sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So if you're in here and you haven't filled out yet, I'm giving away 3 of the books that we're basing this lunch and learn off of. Put Your Dream to the Test by John Maxwell. You can fill us out or give Shana your card and we'll draw at the very end. One of these actually has all my notes and highlights in it. So could be some good information.
No, that's not an email.
But I will have something. I am live streaming, yeah. 15 minutes before you can go live streaming on like LinkedIn and stuff like that. So we're on LinkedIn, Facebook, personal, and My Office Help, YouTube, TikTok. So yeah.
So I can watch this live and
Yes. I strongly urge you to go ahead and click like a bunch of times. Yeah.
Are you going to be answering live questions too?
Potentially. Depends on your question, EJ. Even Shane was like, yeah,
Definitely.
hinges on your
I
question.
think it was a good idea, except for it came from me.
Well, the biggest thing for live streaming,
No question.
Yeah.
None at all.
biggest thing for live streaming is it records it. So it puts it in StreamYard and we've got it. So
I'm here for the.
you gave him my name badge.
No, she didn't.
Hello, Jason.
You didn't notice it when I said, hey,
I did, but it just hit me twice. Sean, Vulcan Lock Ring, Jesse, Vulcan Lock Ring. Thanks for coming in here. And I'm saying your name because it's live streaming, so I give you some kudos, a shout out.
are you ever not streaming?
I have a very good marketing consultant.
He's probably.
Aaron, good to see you again. Don, hi. Have we met yet?
At the booth, yeah.
At the booth, okay.
Well, I think I talked to
Talk to Shana. Yeah. Glad you could be here. Hello. I think. Check.
Hi, Michael. Hi.
Uh,
I don't think you can hear me. Does anything on the mic?
True.
How you doing?
Yes. Hi, Jack.
Hello.
Jack and
Hey,
Jeremy.
Jason. How are you?
I'm well. And yourself? Glad you could make it.
Say in your microphone and say hi to Michael Gasperson.
Hi, Michael.
Gasperson.
Gasper's son. Michael. Hey. ShopJimmy.com. Glad you can make it. Enlighten.
We are giving away a book.
Several books. Hey, can you try that QR code for me? Gasper is having some issues getting that QR code going. But yeah, if you're on watching live stream, we're going to be starting here in just a couple minutes.
So if you zoom in,
Put Your Dream to the Test by John Maxwell. We're going to be doing a lunch and learn. I'm going to be right in your way. I can already tell. So I'm probably going to be standing here most of the time. Sorry. I can move a little bit though. Am I still in the frame, Gasper? If I'm right here? What about right here?
You have to back up a little bit because it's shuffling up.
Oh, interesting. Shana,
Good.
so I need to tilt it up just a little bit. Some of the destinations. Oh, how about there? Because that is more the full frame. I wish on mobile you can get a full frame, but it doesn't allow me to for some reason. Let me try that, Gasper. Let me know. How's that? Good, good, good.
Perfect. That's your cutoff.
No,
That's your cutoff, Jason.
right here. Don't go any further past this. Thanks, Gasper. Yeah, last ASTI, we did a presentation on, what was the presentation called at ASTI last year? Can't remember. Yeah. So, well, if you're just coming in, feel free to grab either your business card or a piece of paper from Shana. I'm going to be giving away some books at the very end. This Lunch and Learn, I'm calling it, is based off the book by John Maxwell, Put Your Dream to the Test. Can everybody hear me okay if I talk like this? Yeah. So, okay, good, because there's a microphone. It's like, EJ.
So we determine that the dinner's lunchable. Casper and DJ, Doug,
It's always interesting. I've got this little Mobi device, and it says I've got 3 devices connected, but 1, 2. Somebody's getting some Wi-Fi. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get things started. Can everybody see okay? I'm kind of going to be standing right here, so if you need to make an adjustment or if you want to come forward a little bit, now this is a little bit larger room than last year, so that's pretty cool. So come on forward if you like. My name is Jason Shadowin, and before we get started, everybody take out your hand, and I want you to put your hand like this, right? Now, take out your cell phone, put your cell phone in your hand. Now, if you have a voice recorder on your cell phone, hit record. I know for me, we're on day 4 here. It's like drinking from a fire hose, right? When you come to these things, we're in Vegas, maybe you have an ASTI hangover. So just hit record, and that way you've got the voice record from this session. Again, I'm live streaming, so you can go on our social media channels and find that later. Maybe that'll be a big help. I find it to be a big help for me, recording my notes and coming back and revisiting those later. So I've got a lot of stuff that I want to go over with you today in the next 30 to 45 minutes. So I'm going to be using my notes a lot because I've got some points that I really want to hit home with you. So put that hand back out. So the question is what is your dream, right? So look at your hand and ask yourself, what is my dream, right? Will I achieve it in my lifetime? We're going to come back to that. I know that I hope that you will achieve your dream, but will you actually do it? Will you actually achieve your dream? What odds do you give yourself? 1 in 5? 1 in 100? How can you tell whether your chances are good or whether your dream will always remain exactly that, just a dream? So I want you to turn to the person next to you and ask them, are you willing to put your dream to the test? And Casper, are you willing to put your dream? Now, turn to that same person and says, I will, right? There you go. I'm willing. So with the right tools, a dream can be put to the test and pass, okay? So now a dream is an inspiring picture of the future that energizes your mind, will, and emotions. It empowers you to do everything that you can to achieve it. Over the next 30 to 45 minutes we have together, there's not going to be enough time to cover everything that John has in this book. So I want to be just clear with you up front from the very start. I want to make sure we cover everything, but we want to make sure we conquer your dreams in this session for sure. We will, however, cover the reasons people don't identify their dreams. And then we're going to go into the 2 of the 10 questions that John has in this book about how to test your dream. Okay. So in John's book, he has this. He says this: dreams are valuable commodities. They propel us forward. They give us energy. They make us enthusiastic. Everyone ought to have a dream, but what if you're not sure whether you have a dream you want to pursue? He goes on to say, let's face it, many people were not encouraged to dream. Others have dreams, but lose hope and set them aside. So do you have a dream? I know a lot of business owners, we tend to put especially like our personal dreams aside, right? And we focus everything around business. I was just asked this a couple weeks ago. What's your dream? What do you want to do? Where do you want to be in 5 years? That was another question. So I had to start thinking personally, what do I really want to do and achieve? So we're going to get started on this. There's 5 common reasons people have for not identifying their dreams. Also, feel free to take pictures. If you want this slide, I'll send you all these slides after we get done, probably in the next day or two as well. So the first is discouragement from dreaming by others. We call them dream crushers or ideal killers. They don't have any dreams of their own, but don't want to see anyone else succeed with their dreams either. The next is hindrance by past disappointments and hurts. Disappointment is the gap between expectation and reality. So as a teenager, I was a very passionate trombonist in junior high and high school. I sat first chair of trombone, first chair in junior high, sat first chair in high school. But I had this passion, right, to become a professional musician. I grew up in a musical family. I have a lot of good fond memories of just family reunions and us playing music. I have a lot of fond memories of weekends playing music, of my family playing in church, growing up in church and playing music. So I had this aspiration to be a professional musician. For me, it wasn't just a hobby, right? It was my purpose. It was a dream waiting to be fulfilled. But life has its setbacks and its twists and turns, right? As we all experience. And I encountered a setback one year, yes, at a university summer band camp. I was a band camp geek. And we was doing this, I had a jazz solo for the trombone, and it was during the song Cantaloupe by Herbie Hancock, right? The great Herbie Hancock. And I messed up. Like, I just blew it. It was not good at all. And so I remember that at the end of that song, I just remember hearing, like, in my mind, it was like the disappointment of, the hand claps was not as good as I was hoping, right? And just kind of fell short of my expectation. I did get some harsh feedback, right? But as a teenager, that really started to affect my doubt. And it came in to just creep in like a shadow of my future of like becoming a professional musician, right? So it hit me really hard, and it just left me questioning my ability and talent and worth as a musician. So I kept asking my questions like, what if I'm not skilled enough, right, to be a musician? What if my dream was nothing more than just a fleeting fantasy? The fear of failure weighed heavily on me, and I found myself just kind of in this slump of not able to find joy in playing music, even as a teenager. So for the rest of the summer, I just was trapped in like despair and self-doubt and fear of what's going to happen when we come back. So when the school season started back up, I went from first chair, second chair, third chair. Just disappointment. I watched as other musicians pursued their dreams to become better, blowing just past me in this unwavering determination, while I felt stuck in the shadows. But I had this flicker of hope within me, and I really wanted to get back to first chair. Despite all the rejection that happened and the embarrassment that had happened that summer at band camp, I just couldn't silence that longing to be a better musician. And I really wanted to get back to first chair again, right? So by my senior year, I did get back into school. I started working hard. I just put all that past hurt and disappointment behind me. And by my senior year, yes, I did set first chair again. So we even had, every year we had a jazz cabaret. It was like this big deal at our high school. Did another solo, and I killed it. And the fun thing is today, even to today, my favorite song is Cantaloupe Island by Us Three, which is like a play off of Herbie Hancock's original. So So, all right, let's get back to this. I will say this, though, still to my oldest son, he enjoys playing music as well. And so it's neat to be able to see him kind of following in my footsteps that I followed in my dad's footsteps and my parents' footsteps, my grandparents' footsteps as well. So it's neat to see him being an inspiring musician as well. So the next reason people have for not identifying their dream is the habit of settling for average. Dreams require a person to stretch and to go beyond average, right? You can't reach for a dream and remain safely mediocre at the same time. Next is the lack of confidence. The lack of confidence needed to pursue dreams. It takes confidence to talk about a dream and even more to pursue it. Sometimes confidence separates the people who dream and pursue those dreams from those who don't. Let me say that again. Sometimes confidence separates the people who dream and pursue those dreams from those who don't. And then lastly, some people just lack the imagination to dream. Imagination is the soil that brings a dream to life. No matter what our age or condition, there are still untapped possibilities within us and a new beauty waiting to be born. It's never too late to dream, right? Never too late to dream. Consider some reasons that we just discussed where you might be struggling with your dream. I want you to ask yourself this question. What will it take to propel me forward to the next steps of making my dreams come true? I'll say that again before we move forward. What will it take to propel me forward to the next steps of making my dreams come true? So in thinking about that question, in John's book, he has 10 steps to conquering your dreams. But I know because of our short time together, I'm only going to be focusing on 2 of those, and that's going to be the ownership and cost. So let's dive into those. Let's go ahead and dive into those now. And as we're keeping going here, I've got 3 books here as you're coming in. Just grab Shayna a piece of paper or a business card to give to Shayna, and we're going to draw those at the end there. So one of the steps to dreaming, one of the steps to testing your dream is ownership. So are you living your dream or the dream someone else has for you? Or another way we've had a lot of discussion about this week, are you dreaming to live or living the dream? My parents, they wanted me to be a doctor, right? And many of you probably heard that. Or maybe you've heard you should just be a lawyer or something like that. But for me, you could say I always wanted to be an appliance repair technician. And that's why I became an electrician. So I was an electrician for 25 years. When the dream is right for the person and the person is right for the dream, the two cannot be separated from each other. I think for something to truly be your dream, you need to see the possibility it represents. And you got to own it. You need to own that, right? Ownership is the first vital step to fulfilling your dream. So let's discuss how to take ownership of your dream. You got to be willing to bet on yourself, right? We're here in Vegas. You're going to bet on yourself. You're going to bet on the house. I'd rather see you bet on yourself, especially here. You may succeed if nobody else believes in you, but you will never succeed if you don't believe in yourself. You may succeed if nobody else believes in you, but you will never succeed if you don't believe in yourself. You got to lead your life instead of accepting your life, making the right decisions and managing those decisions daily. The power of choice is the greatest power that a person possesses. I mentioned I've been an electrician for 25 years, but I've always had a passion for helping other business owners grow their business, mentoring and coaching, especially electricians. I've always had a passion for helping electricians out. And I knew that true ownership of my dream meant embracing my unique perspectives and just sharing my insights. So I really kind of dove into learning different techniques on how to coach and how to mentor. I just took ownership of my path, even despite past doubts or what others may have said about me. So with each mentoring and coaching session that I've done over the years, I've empowered service technicians and contractors to achieve success. But more so than that, what our core focus, even with our business today, is that I want to help them create some freedom in their lives, right? On page 13 of this book here, there's a quote from a movie that John references, and it says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, It is that we are powerful beyond measure. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. It is that we are powerful beyond measure. So I realize my power in my life to shape my industry's future, right? You guys have that opportunity. So I just wanted to become a catalyst, right? To making my industry better as an electrician. That's really kind of what it comes down to. So next, you got to love what you do and do what you love. Successful people, those who see and seize their dreams, they love what they do and they do what they love. They allow their passion and talent to help guide them. Why? Well, because talent, purpose, and potential always come hand in hand. Talent, purpose, and potential always come hand in hand. You don't want to compare yourself or your dream to others. When you compare yourself with those superior, you feel inferior, and it could be just the same as the opposite. When you stop comparing yourself with others, you feel empowered, right? Success is doing the best that you can with what you have wherever you start. Finally, you got to believe in your vision for the future. Even when others don't understand you, you're not an accident, right? You're here for a reason. You're not an accident. You're here for a reason. If success is not on your own terms, it only looks good to the world, but doesn't feel good in your soul. It's not success at all at that point. The potential that exists within us is limitless and largely untapped. When you start thinking of limits, you create them. When you think of limits, you create them. And when you take ownership of your dream, you commit to dream. When you take ownership of your dream, you commit to your dream. So what's your level of commitment to your dream? On a scale of 1 to 10, if you had to say 1, yeah, that'd be nice to have, and 2 is, man, I can't stop thinking about my dream. Where are you at? Get that number in your head from 1 to 10, right? Have you got it? Got that number in your head? I'm not going to ask you what it is. If it's less than 8, you really kind of got to think about, is your dream, is it a business or a hobby, right? So ask yourself, what could I do if I didn't have any limitations at all, right? What would I do if I knew that I could not fail? The first step in being able to answer that is to take ownership of your dream and prepare to start moving forward. So we just talked about owning your dream. Now, another big component of this is the cost of your dream. I'm not talking just dollars and cents wise. So turn to your neighbor and ask them this: are you willing to pay the price for your dream? There's a lot of question marks at the end of that. Are you willing to pay the price for your dream? Dreams are personal, right? People try to avoid that question. They want to avoid the cost of their dream. And inadvertently, they end up avoiding their dream at all. I was a creature to that habit as well, right? Asked for so many years, what's your dream? My dream is revolved around my business. But what's your personal dream, right? What cost are you willing to pay or even not pay? I want you to consider these points. The dream is free, but the journey isn't. At some point, you're going to have to make a transition from believer of the dream to buyer of the dream. You're going to have to make a transition from believer of the dream to buyer of the dream. You're going to have to buy into your dream. No dream comes true without somebody paying for it. Next, the price will be higher than you expect. Has anybody ever heard a successful person say, man, getting to the top was just so easy. It wasn't all what I expected. Yeah, it's so much easier than I anticipated. You don't hear that too often. Finally, is it possible to pay too much for your dream? If you ruin your health or you sacrifice your family, even though you may achieve your dream at that point, are you going to be able to enjoy your dream? So just what are the type of costs, right? Time with family and friends. I'm going to say this about my son. He might be watching, and I might choke up, but he's a great example of this. He works for us in our business. He takes care of a lot of our software as a service, our AI. I call it, he takes care of all the techie stuff, right? And I've seen many times where he'll be working late at night, and doing something for a project for a client instead of going out and hanging out with his friends. Or he'll take time out for his foster sister and be there for her if she needs him instead of doing something else, right? So he has put his personal agenda aside many times for the future ambitions of his business, of his work, and for his family. Were these good decisions or not? So dealing with criticism from people who matter. Everyone who pursues a dream is going to be criticized about that dream at some point in their life. If the people criticizing you really do matter in your life, they're not going to discourage you, right? They're going to ask the right questions. They're going to encourage you. They're going to support you in your dreams. Pay the price for overcoming your fears. All dreams are outside of our comfort zone. Leaving that comfort zone is a price that we must pay to achieve them. Now, pay the price of hard work. When it comes to success, there are no escalators to that ride. You've probably heard that several times. There's no elevator to get you to the top. It's going to take some hard work to achieve your goals. So what is your dream worth? Well, only you can figure out. That's something you've got to figure out. And if you're unsure about that answer, that's what you need to figure out if you're unsure about your answer to the cost question. So you need to count the cost. Seek someone out that's going to help you out with this. This is a huge networking and training opportunity right here. You have so many people that can help you, give you that advice that you're looking for and that you're searching for. Then you need to ask yourself, what am I willing to pay for my dream, and what am I not willing to pay for my dream? Remember, some prices are too high, right? So as an electrician for 25 years, I spent a lot of time crawling in attics and crawl spaces. It was not good on my body. Last March, I tore my L5 disc in my lower back, and I still haven't fully recovered from it. Even this week, I've had some issues with that, right? Although I did my best to be at everything that my sons had to do with sports or with band or whatever, I did miss some things, right? I was, sometimes I was at a customer's house, had an emergency call. I maybe had to work late at something else. So there's many different things that could have happened. But the question really is was it worth it? I'll never be able to get those times back. You got to think about that. On the other side of things, as an electrician, I was able to make a lot of homes a lot safer, a lot more comfortable, save people's property, right? I was able to help bring up the next generation of electricians that I mentored through the trades organizations and such. Question comes back to, was it all worth it? Don't forget, the bigger the dream, the higher the cost. If you're unwilling to pay what it's likely to cost, you might want to talk about changing your dream. Think about your dream, changing your dream, or change what maybe you're willing to pay for that dream. It's one thing to have a dream. It's another thing to do the things to achieve it. Don't leave your dream to chance. Too many odds on the house. Finally, here we've got 10 powerful things. 10, where are we at here? Don't leave your dream to chance. Engage in the process. There we go. So yeah, the 10 powerful yet straightforward questions to ask in the book, Put Your Dream to the Test, will increase your odds of the dream becoming a reality. You must engage in the process. And how long that takes, well, that just really depends on you. The amount of time will be affected by how self-aware you are, how honest you are about your strengths and your weaknesses, your history, how much time and energy you've already given to the subject in the past. But is my dream worth it? That's a question you need to keep asking yourself. So as we begin to finalize our time with each other today, I want you to write these down too. I want you to dare to dream. I want you to prepare the dream. I want you to wear the dream, repair the dream, share the dream. Dare to dream, prepare the dream, wear the dream, repair the dream, and share the dream. So let's think about that just for a second. I'll let you guys write that one down. So I know a lot of you had your voice recorders out, so you can go back and go back to your notes on this as well. But I want you to do some intentions right now real quick. There's a lot that's happened right here. I hope you gained some great information from that. I want you to write these two things on your notes and take a few minutes here to go over some intentions. What I learned from this session was, and what I will apply what I learned by how and when. I will apply what I learned by how and when. I'm going to give you a few minutes to.
Can you put it back to the one right before this?
Yeah, you bet. Has everybody got a chance to give Shane a business card or take a piece of paper? We're going to do some drawings on this here in a minute. This actually went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to.
So I don't know about you, but I want to hear what everybody's dreams are. Like,
Yeah.
if you have extra time,
Definitely have some extra time.
that'll be fun conversation.
So does anybody have something they'd like to share since Jenny brought it up?
I mean, are you focusing more when are you intending this class to be more for personal goals and dreams or more for business goals and dreams?
Yeah, so at the very beginning, it's one of those things that as business owners, we tend to put our personal dreams aside, right? Like today, I love playing music. I play bass at church. I played drums for a while, kind of semi-professionally. I would love to play drums more, but I don't want to be in bars till 2, 3 in the morning. That was not fun, right? So I love music. I love playing music even today. So yeah, think about your personal dreams first, right? Your core values in your business can help, and they should line up with your own personal core values. And that will help a lot with, focusing on pushing your dreams in the future too. So what's your dream? What's your personal dream,
I
Jenny?
feel like a lot of mine are aligned with business, but not necessarily the appliance business, but more with like being able to help other people in business and connecting with other people.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to resign from my daytime job and focus on that full time. So I know that sounds career oriented, but it makes me so happy to work with other people and help them make their dreams come true. I mean, this is my language, my love language that you're speaking.
Yeah, that's good. So what would you do with that extra free time? You're helping clients, the clients are going well. Then what are you going to do?
Well, I continue to do personal development. So I'm always working on myself. So I think I'd probably attend more personal development and growth conferences,
Yeah.
those types of things, and just be able to reach more people.
Pretty good.
My goal being to be an author.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean that all sounds very nerdy and businessy.
Nope,
That's
not at all.
How I'm wired. Like I like doing stuff with traveling and having fun with the family, but you can only. I don't see myself ever retiring. So
Yeah.
I feel like some people talk about retiring so they can like slow down, but I
Yeah.
can't stand sitting still and not thinking.
So John Maxwell, he's 77 now or so, and at one of the IMC events, I'm Maxwell certified coach, leadership speaker, but at one of the events, somebody asked John during a Q&A, he's like, John, you're getting up there. Like, when do you plan on retiring? He goes, the thing with retiring is that's often a finish line for people, right? They see that retirement age is that's my finish line. That's when I'm going to quit and I'm not going to do anything else. Well, what happens beyond that, right? What do we tend to see happen when people retire at that finish line? They die, right? You hear that so many times. Man, so-and-so, he's such a great guy and he retired and 6 months later he's gone, right? So John was like, I don't want that. God still has a lot for me to do in my life. I know at least 10 books that I want to write and put out there. So he goes, my retirement is going to happen the day I die. I just loved it whenever he said that, right? It puts it in perspective, right? I don't ever want to retire. I want to keep helping people.
I feel like whatever you're doing for fun in your spare time, if you can find a way to do that and serve other people through that, then you don't have to ever retire.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Everybody else is,
Yeah. Joe?
Well, I just put down the 3 quick things. I'm going to read the third one first. It's always changing and evolving. Like, I don't have a life goal, like you said, there's no finish line. Like, I have what my next goal is.
Yeah.
And my next goal after that. So the third thing I wrote was, I have these first 2, but they're not the end. Once I hit those, I'm going to have something else.
Yeah.
But right now, my next goal is to teach. I'm going to be teaching appliance repair. It's
Awesome.
a little bit nerve-wracking to do that. I mean, people hear this obviously a program where everyone's kind of got a lot of people here that do this actively. But I want to teach this in my own area to kind of pass the torch on.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 35 years.
Right?
And I have a lot to give, and I want to give it, and I want to create other people who have a passion for this like I do. Not everyone's going to find this passion.
Yeah.
It's appliance repair.
Who better to teach it than you? That's what I say.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it. The things I've learned the most from are people that are teaching that are already passionate about it.
Yeah.
Like, I was never a big fan of history, but I had a history teacher in 9th grade who, I remember everything from his class, but that man was passionate about history, and he loved teaching it.
Yeah.
And it just rubs off. And so I'm passionate about what I'm doing, and I feel like I can teach this well.
I believe you could, too.
My goal is personal fitness. Like, I want to run this Spartan race, and so I like having a goal to run towards.
Yeah.
And challenge my body.
So another things I'm going to challenge you out is goals, right? We talk a lot about goals, especially in business, but what about a growth plan, right? Because when you hit a goal, sometimes people hit a goal like a retirement, right? They stop. That's their goal. They have nothing more to do. I've been there. I've failed at it many times myself. So what do we want to do past the goal? What's the growth plan? Use the words growth plan instead of a goal, right? So once I hit this specific target or a rock, right? We call them rocks in business oftentimes, 90-day rocks, quarterly plans, whatever we want to say. What's my growth plan past that? Maybe another way to look at it too. I think Joe would be a great teacher in the tech world, don't you? See him teaching here at ASTI next year,
I take his class.
right?
It's interesting that you brought up goals, and that was in my head. I have these dreams of what I want in life, and you mentioned, how bad you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've shared in our mastermind group, I sometimes feel homesick for that dream that I've never had yet.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's so real that I just want to be there right now. And personally, I'm very goal oriented, and it's hard for me to separate the dream from the goal, because that finish line is something that I've always struggled with, because I go after my goals so hard.
Yeah.
And then when I get there and I run out of goals, I get bored and disinterested.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Then you get with your peers.
And owning my business, they don't ever run out.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have more of a purpose, but to share somewhat is, how you got to write down that BHAG.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the dream is the ultimate BHAG.
Yeah.
And that maybe you'll reach it, but you should always be striving for something more.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like a lot of people in here is going to have a similar answer.
Yeah.
I struggled a lot in my life, and I'm finding some gifts that God's given me, and with the experiences I lived through, to help others get through that. It's a passion for me. So I mean, I've had dreams of things I want to do, but what do you do when you get there? You just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And help more and more. It's more of like the change of your lifestyle, that you find that fulfillment every day, doing something you love, serving others.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Do what you love and love what you
I want to
do.
be able to do something like that. And honestly, I don't always love appliance repair specifically,
Mm-hmm.
but I love what I do because I love fixing things.
Yeah.
And I love helping people, and I get to do it every day and get paid for it.
Yeah.
Very little, but I get paid. and I love using appliance repair in my business and our platform on YouTube to reach people.
Yeah.
Beyond it. It's just help others get to their place too.
So he brought up a great point, right? So last time EJ was just at our place here 4 weeks ago, came visit our office, my office help. And the question came up, service charge. And before he even got there, he really already had it set in his mind. He was going to up his service charge, right? So everybody in here, what was to happen if you was to go home right now and raise your prices 5%, 10%? Would you lose any customers at that point, right? No, maybe, right? So you got to think about that and think about.
Were they your customers anyway?
Correct. Were they your customers anyway? Yeah. So think about that. If you're not going to lose any, any customers. You said it yourself. Make some money out, but not really a lot. We are tradespeople, for Pete's sake, right? We make people's homes safer, more comfortable. We fix their stuff, right? We are worth a lot, right? You're worth a lot, EJ. You already know that to me. Anybody else? What's your dream? Anybody want to share anything? Brian, you look like you was getting ready to say something. So.
I got a couple dreams. I like doing the appliances and all that, but it was always my dream to open up a metal shop and make art from welding metals together.
Nice.
Or a go-kart track. I'd like to open up one of those too.
Yeah.
But, my dream before was to find something that I loved doing and it wouldn't feel like work.
Yeah.
And that's what it is right now, But eventually, maybe when I retire,
Yeah.
I'll set up my garage and do that.
Love what you do what you love.
Yeah.
I like it. Anybody else have any other questions, comments, concerns? Trade show's already over. I was going to say, come see me at booth 314 because I'd love to hear more about your dreams. But what you can do, QR code's up here. Gasper's having a little bit of trouble with it. If not, you can grab my card. Look us up on social media. Everywhere on social media. This is going to be live streamed, so you can revisit it back there as well as far as the wording. But if you gave your business card and or filled out the paper from Shayna, we're going to do some drawings here. I'll give you away some books. So we're going to start with the first one because the first one seems like what everybody wants. This one is my personal book of this. It's got all my highlights. It's got some notes in here. And I will say this, 2004, we started in a group similar to this for electricians. And the guy who was like, I don't know, who would be, I guess, the president of this organization now? Who's president of ASTI now? What was it? Renee. Okay. So the Renee of that group, his name was Terry Nicholson. And he may end up watching this. And I'm going to say one of the most profound things I ever got, two things that I love, the words plan or be planned for. I was given a folder. You put paper in and stuff and keep it. It says plan or be planned for. I still have that to today. Terry, I got a challenge coin from, and it was one of the first challenge coins I ever got, and it had these words on there, and I've put it in the back of each of these books. Today is here, and tomorrow will come and go, but inside you lies tremendous talents, don't you know? With vision, discipline, and belief today, success, joy, and happiness will come your way. The future you live tomorrow is the future you build today. I love that, and it's on a challenge coin. I still have it. You always say, I'm excited about your future. So I'm excited about all your future. Yeah, he'd do this little, I'm excited about your future. So Terry, if you ever see this and watch this, man, I still appreciate you and what you said here years later. I still love that quote. So, all right. So we're going to do a drawing for the first one. Do you want to put it in your bag? And
Sure.
all right.
I've mixed them all up.
So who would want this? Who wants this one with all the highlights in it? Oh, we got several people. You got to be kidding me. EJ. he was like, he said before this, he was like, I don't want you to draw my name because I don't want people to think it's rigged. Well, that definitely wasn't rigged. Hey, come here. All right, so I got to give a little shout out to EJ because he is a huge supporter of our business, and he sends a lot of people our way. So EJ, with EJ's Appliance, he's huge on elevating the industry. I've got one of these hats, has red and blue on it, says elevating the industry. If anybody is a huge supporter of this industry right here, it's EJ.
You're good, man.
Thank you, brother.
And Jason's okay.
Get
All
on
right.
Appliance Alliance.
Here we go. Next one is going to be Jenny. That's awesome. Do you have this book?
I don't.
Okay. Your name is strong. If you decide to give it to somebody else, you can give it to somebody else.
Yeah, you can.
All right, we're going to do this one more time. This is hilarious.
It'll be Gasper. It'll be Joe.
Right?
If it is me, please give it to someone else because I'm going to be hurt.
All right, here we go. Oh, I feel two. Is that two? That one. Okay. Sean Allen. Sean with Vulcan Lock Ring. Woohoo! It's not rigged. before you go, Sean with Vulcan Locker Ring, this is a really cool product. All right, Sean, tell everybody, I'm going to give you the stage for a second.
The stage.
Tell us who you are, what you do,
I'm
how they can get a
Sean
hold of you.
Allen. I'm with Vulcan Locker Ring. I'm one of the sales engineers along with Jesse Lentini. We are Brace Free Solution, if any of you know. Our thing is, like you were talking about goals and dreams, you know, we're called to be servants.
Mm.
I mean, if we can't serve and meet people where they're at, what good are we?
Yeah.
That's my thing, and that's my goal, is to leave a legacy for my kids. Being a servant is everything to me. So
Yeah.
That's what I reach out to do.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Jenny, you want to say something about what you do?
Go to outcomeacademy.com.
Outcomeacademy.com.
Check out Jenny.
Yeah.
I do help. We have our client business, but I do help people set their goals and plan their strategy out for achieving them, and also with some social media and website if you're struggling with that or you don't have control over your own assets. Then
There you go. I love personal growth and development. It's been an honor being here with you today. I'd love to have a deeper conversation with you. Like I said, find us on social media, scan the QR code, look us up. We're everywhere on social media. Find me personally, connect with me in the Eventi app. I'd love to have a deeper conversation with you. But thank you all for attending. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Hi, Gasper.
Jasper didn't win. I'm sorry.
It's all good.